The mitochondria is important to the cell because it produces ATP, which is needed for all cellular functions. The mitochondria is essential to the cell's survival, and it does amazing things for the cell. No organelle can claim to be completely perfect, but no one is as perfect or as important as the mitochondria. It is the producer of all cellular energy, and it helps all the cell functions operate properly. For example, the ATP the mitochondria produces helps the receptor tyrosine kinase with its functions in getting things operating in the cell. There are many more functions, like creating a concentration gradient to get rid of the concentration equilibrium. Cells don't like equilibrium because if the equilibrium happens, movement stops and the cell dies. The mitochondria is absolutely indispensable because it has prokaryotic properties like its own DNA, its own ribosomes, and a double membrane. The double membrane increases surface area to maximize the potential energy output. It produces essential energy, unlike the other organelles, who are more simple and they get their jobs done when they need to be, but the energy they need to do said things had to come from somewhere. Since it has its own DNA, mitochondria can reproduce of its own free will depending on what the cell needs. It can keep up production to fit the daily quota. Unlike organelles who have to work harder or don't do their work at all, it can keep up production. The mitochondria works smarter and splits up the works amongst themselves, similar to business people who are as efficient as possible. That is why the mitochondria deserves your vote in this election.